Okay, I know you're all going to be dropping that Twitch Prime Gaming. Folks, we fired our writers. Part of the writer strike. We need that extra $2.50. Like I said, if you want to go to TwitchCon, it's going to run you 320 subs minimum. So I need at least all of you in the studio. If you drop a Prime sub right now, we're probably going to make it. But regardless, speaking of making it, we're about to make tonight some history here in the Late Night with Lowe's studio. Everybody, welcome my new friend. He's a Rocket League caster, a Valorant caster, a content creator, and now the next guest on Late Night with Lowe's. Give it up for Tenrek. Woo! Wait, huh? What?
Is that's all you wanted me here for, right?
Did you say this is Valorant?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You'll get your check sent to you shortly.
Cool. Anyway.
Welcome.
No, I'm so ecstatic to be here. It's so wonderful to finally get on the show. It's been at the top of my caster bucket list for a long time.
Is that real? Were you capping when I messaged you?
I'm genuinely not joking, because I think the first Nights event I did, you were also a part of it, because I think it was like the Freeze Out community streams like 2 years back. And I think you were on that, and I think that was just about the time that you were starting up Late Night with Lowe's, I think season 3. And I started seeing you do those streams, and I was like, I gotta get on that. And now I'm here, and it's so exciting. I'm so honored.
Wow, it's an honor to have you here in the studio, Tenrek. Thank you so much for joining us. It really is a pleasure to have you on, and now that you finally made it here, we got to talk about the thing we talk about at the beginning of every Late Night with Lowe's interview is how did you get your name?
So this was back in middle school. I remember this very distinctly. I was on my school laptop. I was waiting for one of the buses to pick me up, and I was just looking at whatever like unblocked sites I could, because I was a middle schooler with a laptop, and I eventually was on. I just got on an animal kick for some reason, and I started looking at weird looking animals, and one of the animals that kept getting brought up was called a lowland streaked Tenrek, and that is Tenrek with a C. And my dumb brain was like, that looks like a Pikachu, because I was also obsessed with Pokemon at that point in time. It doesn't look anything like a Pikachu. It doesn't look remotely like a Pikachu. It is yellow. That is all it resembles a Pikachu. But I couldn't get it out of my head. And when it came time for me to change my tag, because I was starting to outgrow my old one, I was thinking of cool stuff, and that animal just sprung to my mind, and I was like, what if I put a K at the end instead? And it stuck.
Well, I mean, there have definitely been worse scenarios. That's actually a pretty cool one. That's a pretty cool way to find your name. So is it true it looks more like a Rattata?
Yeah, it's more closely related to like shrews than mice. It's actually, I think its closest relative is the elephant. But it looks sort of like a shrew and hedgehog like mixed together. There's a lot of different species. I think a couple European countries allow you to domesticate them too. They're really cute. You can make them like little guinea pigs, little hedgehog pets. I've seen people try it. It's really cool.
Would you do that if you had the chance, or do you think it's better as a name?
I think it'd be almost too on brand. I'd love to like go and like see some, or like hold one or two, because they're pretty small, so I could probably hold a couple at a time. But I'd love to like just experience a Tenrek at least once. I think having one though would be a little bit too much.
Yeah, that's a lot of responsibility. Do you have pets?
Yeah. We have 4 cats. They're all outside right now, just begging to run around in this room and pee and poop all over everything in it. It's terrifying.
How does the scoop rotation go? Who cleans the boxes?
Oh,
because that's things. Oh, okay. You exclusively?
Oh yeah, no, I'm the only one who does it. I clean. I'm the one who cleans it, and I'm the one who feeds the cats.
Are they your cats, or are they like the?
So we kind of share custody. So one of the cats is a 19-year-old cat that my partner's had their entire life essentially. And then over the pandemic, where we started to live with each other, because we were roommates before we started dating.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
Was that planned or just convenient?
No, it was just really convenient. But over that point, we got 2 twin black cats, two sisters. And then I had to go back to my parents' house, so they really attached to them. And then we got a boy orange cat who got super attached to me after that. So we kind of we kind of switch off the responsibilities and the parental control of the cats. I think we do an okay job, but they are super evil. The one boy orange cat has corrupted the entire crowd.
I've heard that orange cats are just like not the worst in like they suck, but they kind of just suck to take care of.
They're just devious.
Yeah.
They're just devious little creatures. That gives mine too too much credit. He's just very stupid.
Oh,
He's
okay,
a very
yes.
stupid cat that just doesn't understand when he's not supposed to go on top of things. Like he'll see a burner on a stove and he'll see it's on and he'll just like get his nose right up against it and I'll have to pick him up and he'll just come right back over, even after he's like hurt his paw. Or he's just very stupid and very very stubborn. He's gonna get where he wants to go, whether you like it or not, and it's imbued all of the girl cats who were so prim and proper up into this until this point with this like feral rage that has manifested even outside of eating time. But again, we love them to death. They're the greatest. I wish they could be in here with me right now, but
So
they
why
alas.
Why can't they? You just have to like get them
It's
used
just
to
because
a
the
new
litter box
spot.
is in there, and I don't want to take any risks.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, that's literally the only thing.
Well, I mean, speaking of, they want to run around your room. It's a new room. It's a new place, right? You've recently made a move to the city of peace, smell, and brotherly love, Philadelphia. Why? And congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a big change. We had lived in the city that we were in basically our whole lives. It was the city that we went to college in as well. So now that we were both graduated, we just really wanted some sort of change. And we were kind of just looking for places in big cities. Neither of us had ever been to Philadelphia before we got the place, and we saw it, we liked it, and then we bought it, and then we came and looked around the city and happened to really like it. We've been moved in for almost a week now. I think this is day 6 of us being in here. And we've got basically the whole apartment set up. We have a lot of stuff to still like set up though. There's so much like decor in the closet that we have to sift through.
What's the favorite thing that you want to put up? What is some Tenrek decor that really describes you? Because currently I have a Foxy plush from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Nice.
4, I might add. And then I have. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
No,
I have LED light bars. Those are my 2. The rest is my girlfriend's plants and stuff she's made with ceramics.
No, I think that's going to be a lot of what happens here is I have a couple things I was able to keep from the old places that I lived in before I even lived with them. And like I got like an old rug from my grandparents that they really wanted to throw up, and I was like, no, please let me keep it in the office. You never have to look at it. And they relented. But a lot of this other stuff, a lot of the other decor that I brought with me, I had to kind of get rid of because a lot of it was pretty fragile. A lot of it was just like posters and like pieces of paper. One of them was this art piece. I hated to throw this one away, but it was something my dad made. It was probably the funniest joke he's ever made. It was this little graphic of the Shining door, but instead of red rum, it said reg rub, like burger backwards instead. And I don't think he's ever going to top that. And it's a shame that I had to get rid of that frame because I thought it really completed my setup. But I'll probably just ask him to make it again.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, I was gonna say, like, if it was gone, I thought, oh no, is he dead? Oh no.
No,
you'll never get a reg rub again.
Yeah, no, my dad is fortunately not dead, but the bit is also not dead, luckily. So hopefully I can clear?
Yeah. Hold on. Up to the camera, baby. Do one of these bad boys.
We gotta. There we
go.
Is that?
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, wonderful.
Okay, great. Super happy your dad is still alive. That's awesome. Well, speaking of things that are still alive, let's talk casting. Let's talk content. But before.
Yeah, let's talk about that industry that's still alive.
That's still alive, yeah. A little ironic. So let's talk about something that isn't quite super dead, but it's not super alive either. Let's talk about Tenrek YT. Talk about Tenrek YouTube before you were Tenrek GG.
Yeah. So the I hate Twitter so much. There has been a Tenrek standalone tag that has been taken since I started getting the name Tenrek. And it has gotten, and there's no tweets, there's no media, there's no replies, there is nothing. There is no existence of this person ever actually making an account. And yet, I cannot just take off the letters at the end of my name. But I figured that at this point in time, having YT at the end of it is a little bit outdated and a little bit confusing now. So I decided to just switch it, and GG feels like a nice, just encompassing one that all the cool kids use.
Yeah, it's like the end of a website or something for gaming that makes you feel like you're included, which is important. I talk about this all the time. I'm a man who isn't afraid to talk about my past. The way I set this up just sounded so sus. There definitely was a better setup for that. I used to be called I Can Go Pro back in the day. I don't know if you were familiar with that or not, because sometimes I let that shame to light every now and then. But it was a garbage name. You've only just added, GG instead. You've kept your name. Do you like your name? Do you ever feel like you're gonna do a rebrand?
No, I'm really happy with my name. For context, I did have a tag before Tenrek. It was one I had before, back in like 6th grade, when I was just like, when I was only playing games on like Scratch on a laptop, or like,
what is that?
It's like a coding website for kids, scratch.mit.edu. It's an old website that uses like coding blocks instead of actual like text. It was very intuitive for people that aren't me. I still sucked at it. But I had to come up with a tag for it, and I was still very Pokemon obsessed, and so I just combined the two names of the legendary Pokemon of the time, which was Black and White, so Zekrom and Reshiram, and then I just put a number at the end because it was cool. So it was Zekrush 5. That was my old tag until I changed it to Tenrek.
That's actually kind of heat. Zekrush?
Zekrush, yeah.
That's pretty...
So there was still a K in there. That was the one thing that remained, was me putting a K somewhere in that name. I don't know what it is about it, but I couldn't get enough.
I don't know, it's just a hard letter, it evokes power. It's...
Yeah. It's got some power. It's got some punch behind it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now, you got your name, but what got you into content?
So I started this was when I got a laptop myself, by by hosting an awards show for like tech innovations in the public schools in my area. It was this like award event, and the person that was hosting the event, which was this thing where, again, I give like awards based on like achievements in science and technology for kids in elementary, middle, and high school. The person putting it on was my old history teacher, and he had already like seen that I loved doing like presentational stuff and emceeing and stuff, and so he wanted me to be the middle school representative for that. And at the end of the event, there was a raffle that had all the kids, including us as the presenters, inside the box, and everyone got a free tablet. And so I was one of the draws to get a free tablet, even though I didn't even come for an award at the event. And so that was my first device that I used to start a YouTube channel, where I just played some like .io games and used the laptop's webcam. It was absolutely terrible. All of those videos are just gone. And then I started watching more commentary stuff, which is what I got into now.
Yeah, I noticed there was a very distinct scrub of your entire profile, I would say.
Yeah, you'll notice I do that pretty regularly on my socials anyway. There will be a lot of times where I look through my Twitter and I'm like, half of these require so much context based on the event that I'm tweeting in, and it's just filling up my timeline. And I felt the same way about my YouTube videos. There were these like little imperfections that I could poke out so much more easily later on, and admittedly, I did make a mistake in deleting the lion's share of them. I started privating them instead when I got tired of them. But a lot of those videos that I don't say I miss because they weren't good, but they are unfortunately lost to time.
Yeah, I feel that same embarrassment where I've had class projects, school projects that I've done that I deleted rather than privating because they were freaking, bad, but they were really, really good. So one thing I did in sophomore year of high school, it was a project about proofs, for geometry. Yeah. And what we did for that was there was a terrorist attack committed by the group Al Squareda, and the task force had to figure out, they had to prove that the logo left by the group truly was a square by checking out, because of these isosceles and parallel angles, we can prove this is a square. Then there was a whole second part where it was the raid on the compound, and then like the minions.
What is this fanfic that was developing for geometry?
The members of the group got taken down, and then it was the final 1v1 between the SEAL and Al Square Bin Laden, played by me. And,
No!
and I said, I had a closing monologue. I'm like, look at us. Parallel angles, isosceles triangles, we're the same. And then he's like, that may be true, but this cylinder's for you. And then he shoots me, and then I have like the most death of all time. Oh man. So yeah, yeah, that's deleted,
and that's
which
just
sucks.
gone?
That's gone. Yeah, that's gone.
No! That's it. That's history, Los.
Yeah, yeah,
That's incredible. Oh, what a shame that that's gone. Wow.
yeah. It's it truly. I mean, maybe on like an old MacBook that could be found, but I would say for the most part that's a GG. It's a Tenrek GG.
It's true. It is a Tenrek GG specifically. Because I hated delete, because I also deleted all my metrics along with it, because all of my old videos were the ones that were still getting all the views. There was a review of the first movie review I ever did. It's like an hour-long review of this like really terrible like summer camp Christian movie, and I had like 15K views before I just deleted the whole thing. I didn't even private it. I didn't even archive it, and it is still definitely the most viewed thing I've ever done, besides that one TikTok that blew up for some reason.
Wait, so did you just go right out the gate making hour-long videos?
I started with the gaming stuff when
you moved into the commentating space, rather.
Yeah, when I moved into commentary, yeah, I didn't mean for them to be so long, but I couldn't stop writing when I started consuming the content. And the thing was, I've always been very picky when it comes to choosing what I want to talk about, because I want to make sure that it's something that nobody else is talking about. Especially these last couple months, where I follow like 5 or 6 commentary channels that have just gotten so good at being able to talk about whatever is going on that day, I'll be watching like a good hour and a half of the same 7 people talking about like the same topic over and over again. And I hated thinking that I would like fit into that at some point. So I wanted to find stuff that was simultaneously untouched, but also still entertaining enough.
Who are you watching?
A lot of Drew, Danny, and Curtis. That's of course the core 3 when it comes to commentary. For a lot of people, that's been the basis of a lot of modern commentary on YouTube in general. And from there, everyone else that kind of extends from that: Jarvis Johnson, Chad, Ethan's Online. I think Ryan Beard, Nick Green, Dev Lemon's also just started doing commentary herself. There's been such a crazy big web that's been developed by all these people that are just so good at talking about the internet. And they do an amazing job. And you can tell that I kind of steal a little bit of everything from everybody. Like I take a lot of editing techniques from a lot of the commentary YouTubers a lot of the time.
I think there's nothing wrong with taking that. I think when it comes to making any art form, right? Because I would say that's an art form. This is an art form. Casting's an art form. You know, you take inspiration, you take little bits and pieces from people, and then you mesh it all into what makes your videos. So I think it's gonna happen, whether you know it or not. But do you feel that? I feel like your uploads are pretty very large gaps, in between in your resume right now, and I want to fill those up, okay? Because you make good stuff. I liked your Nick Merckx video; it was very enjoyable, well put together. I didn't lose interest. I was not part of the drop-off rate. I didn't leave a comment, though, because I didn't want you to know I was watching until I revealed it right now. But I think you're doing good. I think you should keep doing good, all right? That's a lesson from me. Hopefully you can take that home.
Thank you so much. I always try to jot down scripts whenever I can. It's just so many of the things that I decide to do, I don't realize how big of an undertaking it is. There are so many spreadsheets that I'm filling out as like citations for videos that'll get done in 2 or 3 years at the pace that I'm working. And then outside of that, if something is too topical or too mainstream, then I also don't want to talk about it. Again, I think I am a little too picky, and I just need to start cranking out more scripts. But we'll see. We'll see how long it is until I upload another video. It's already been too long, I think.
I would have to agree, but let's kick it over to one of those videos. I want to see if something still holds up. Okay, so it's been about 2.5 years, 2.5, some would say, if you're not reading off a script. You've changed your thoughts, or have you changed your thoughts? I think it's time to revisit Lil Mosey's XXL freshman class freestyle. What are we thinking? Has your opinion changed?
Oh man. I think if anything, my opinion's gotten stronger in the same direction for Lil Mosey. The thing about XXL freshman ciphers is they've really fallen off the past 2 or 3 years, I gotta say, and it stinks because I think it's because XXL is doing more of what they need to do, which is going back down to more grassroots level scenes. I know that they just uploaded all of their ciphers for this year, I think last week. I haven't watched any of them yet, but I'm excited to because there's a couple of people in there that I like. But no, Mosey's cipher is still undeniably the worst.
I don't know. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it again. We're gonna see.
Of course we are, dude. Oh my! I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad we're doing this. I adore everything about this cipher. Lil Mosey is untouchable here. YK Osiris gets disturbingly close, but he doesn't.
Let's see. We'll only listen to Mosey because
of course
Meg actually fucking kills this shit.
Yeah, this might be. Watch yourself.
Goddamn, I feel like the man. Freshman of the year, I woke up like the man. Never popping Zans, cause they killing me, damn. When you got it money, they be trying to be your friend. Okay. This a lame ass beat.
Bro, why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Why he talking out his lip, he know ain't shit sweet. Hey, yo block, I'm going sweet. Hey, buzz down our regular face. What? Hey, chasing blues like the baby. What?
Huh?
Swerving raw with cake. What? Jogged out.
Why can't we send it in a life preserver? Okay, that's it. That's all we're gonna watch. Okay.
Oh, how I have missed that. Never change, Lil Mosey. Never change.
I mean, even if the beat is bad, why would you make that part of your freestyle? This beat is trash.
There's lore behind that, though. There is lore behind that because Kodak Black did the same thing in 2016. And it's like one of the most popular lines in XXL Cypher history. I mean, it's the most popular cipher in XXL history. But even though Kodak Cypher is also terrible, that line is super iconic because that beat was low-key a little bit trash. But I don't know. I feel like Mosey was kind of just being a little bit lazy because that, I mean, goddamn, I feel like the man. Freshman of the year, I woke up like the man. I mean, that seals it immediately for me.
I'm glad you have that memorized. Like, could you do the whole thing?
Absolutely.
Could you do the whole thing?
Right now? Is that what?
That's
No. That's probably a lie. I probably don't have the whole thing memorized now. I could probably do it pretty quickly though. I could probably get it back up. I should keep that in my head. I should be able to let that out on the fly.
Next cast, you should probably say, like, whoever's playing, they must feel like the man.
They must feel like the man. That's the next tech pause. I'm just gonna do that whole cipher verse during our next tech pause when we're on a gauntlet, and I'm just gonna roll out that whole Lil Mosey verse.
I don't think anyone would hate that. I don't think anyone would hate that except for Lil Mosey himself. I would see that. I'm like, oh shit! Oh shit!
Dude, best bars any Valorant players ever spat.
Probably. I don't think. Have there been Valorant rappers like Minecraft rappers, like the parodies of that?
That's a wormhole that I'll have to go down later tonight now, I guess. I feel like we're getting to that point if we're not there already with the way that with how popular Valorant's become.
Mm-hmm.
That might be one of the only logical paths we take.
I mean, that might set a little bomb off in my head. Do I create a rap? Do you create a rap?
Do we make
Do we
a Valorant
make
rap
it?
parody?
Do we go back to back?
With our own Valorant cipher.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
Oh, the
That's crazy.
cipher. It's already
to happen
baked
now.
in, bro. It's
It has to
baked in. Give me a corpse. Losa and Tenrek's Valorant cipher.
Yo, that farm streams. That would farm. Honestly. We just we have to just stick some slang in there, appeal to as many demographics as possible. It'll be we got to find a way to stick a Subway Surfers clip on the bottom of the song.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, I mean, the formula's here. And there's a lot of theatrics when it comes to rap. It's poetry in motion, and there's a lot of theater that's involved in the music videos. And you actually have some experience with that, I believe. And before This Is Valorant, there was This Is Me.
I think that's actually one of the songs that we sang back in one of the high school showcases. So I was in I went to high school for a specialty center for the arts. I was in the musical theater program for 4 years, and we had showcases. It was a theater school. It was a theater conservatory inside a underfunded public school. And I am very happy about where it got me and what I was able to learn from it, but obviously that's not the path that I really stuck with. That's the interesting thing I've noticed about esports, is that it's all either ex-theater kids or ex-IT kids. And they're just all meshing together. It's the two kinds of the most annoying kid from 5 years ago. They all came together and they formed this little group where they all play video games and shout at each other, and it kind of works.
Yeah, I always feel like I totally missed out not doing theater. I feel like I've had many people ask me if I've done that before, but I've never did. I missed out. I blew it. I studied
not even
history.
As an elective, or you didn't even?
No, not even as an elective.
Never...
Not once. Not once. Not even as an after-school production. Warwick Valley High School. They were missing out on old Losi. The Wildcats surely took an L, but it wasn't the one that starts Los. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, right? I always feel that many people who work in esports, work the desk, work on camera, it's theater. And it's just the ability to be confident on camera. Do you feel that, or how would you say being a theater kid has affected your path? And also, why gaming and not continuing down theater?
It's really interesting because I have to say, presenting in a theater environment as opposed to an esports environment, they're very different. I don't feel nearly as many nerves when I do casting or anything esports related. And I can't think of a point where I really have. Maybe the very, very first time I ever casted, I was feeling a little nervous. I think I cursed within my first 5 minutes of being on air. I just had to shake off how naturally I had to talk from then on. But beyond that, it's a very different environment. I think not really seeing anybody whenever I want to, rather than being out on that stage, having to move, being under lights that I'm not being able to control, and receiving much less immediate direction and rehearsal time. I guess there's, I don't know, less buildup, less pressure applied to it. I always remembered right before, and I think every person who I've talked to about theater has this exact same experience. Every time directly before I would get on stage, a little bit of pee would come out. And it would just be like that the whole time. I wouldn't have to go to the bathroom after. I wouldn't have to do anything for the rest of the show. And every theater kid I've ever talked to was like, that's exactly what happens to me. I don't have to go to the bathroom. And then right before I go on stage, I pee just a tiny, 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 tiny bit. And but that's never happened when I cast. I never I don't pee at all while casting. I promise you, I'm not peeing right now.
Well, this is the lowest pressure zone, okay? A low
I feel
pressure
so at
zone.
ease.
Yeah. So easy that you could just relax, your bladder even, and then let out a little bit.
Yeah. No, I couldn't pee even if I tried right now. Which
Yeah.
I won't, but I wouldn't.
I've peed during a cast. Not my pants, obviously.
Right. Oh yeah, no, I'll do that all the time. I'll have to just like point a finger up to the camera and hope Prod gets it and then dash over. And then it happens to be the longest bathroom break I've ever taken in my life.
Now, once I there was no time to go. So grabbed a mug. Grabbed a mug and just took that one down.
joking.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not camping right now.
Are you allowed to say like when?
I'll never say what event that did.
Yeah,
I'll never say what event it was.
Dude, I feel like I would be that desperate at some point. Like I would have to be that resourceful at one point, but I guess it's never arisen. I've always had the ability to get up and go.
So what happened for that was my throat was killing me that whole week because it was a multi-day thing I was doing.
Yeah.
And my throat was killing me, so I woke up, had some tea for my throat, had some coffee, and had some water just to keep my throat lubricated.
Oh,
that's
boy.
3 mugs minimum, and it's map 1, brother. We were, and I'll say this, I'll reveal this. It was Counter-Strike. Those maps are long.
Yeah,
there's no. We hit OT.
No! Oh no!
So, yeah, that was just. Yeah, I did one of these bad boys. I just disappeared off the VMix real quick. No one knew nothing.
Perfect, the perfect crime. As long as you don't get caught, it is victimless.
Yeah. And I talked. I did a little bounce back. The cast went great. The cast went great.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure nothing went wrong springboarding from. Was it which mug was it? Was it the one for the tea? Which one did you finish first that necessitated?
I think it was it was actually my favorite mug of all time that I did that in. It was a mug that my girlfriend Kirsa had made. And it has served me well, I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, considering you sacrilегed all over it for a cast.
Oh, come on.
Just all over the mug.
I washed it after.
Like not even. Yeah.
I washed. I mean,
Look, no shame in it. No shame.
Listen, you sacriléged every single one of your theater clothes. Like that's
true.
Yeah,
that's true.
How are you gonna come at me and be go on piss patrol right now?
Soiling. I should note that theater people are not walking around with dots on their pants every time they step out on stage. It's like microscopic. But it is a pee is a pee.
A drop is a drop,
A drop is a drop.
Yeah. The one drop rule. Wait, no, that's Anyways,
this was a goal of mine to veer the conversation to piss for at least 10 minutes.
Oh, you wanted piss, you got it, buddy.
I'm so glad you're so game. It's great. I feel so at ease, so relaxed, so comfortable.
Listen, Laid Out with Los is all about not talking about what I have prepared to talk about, right?
Right. That feels like the MO.
One thing I did want to bring up is, has anyone told you sound like Deku from My Hero Academia? Like you could be the voiceover for the dub?
That's one of the ones I've got. Not as often. The one I get more than anything is that I look like a Sprouse. And Twitch chat is even starting to catch on to that. Even gamers have started to catch on to that. Before it was just a bunch of like people that I knew from college. And then the other one I got, there was a clip from a Rocket League event I did, and this streamer Lana Sphere, she posted a clip of it, and she was like, "Why does she sound like?" And I don't remember the name of the main character, but she was like, "Why does he sound like the main character from Black Clover?" And I looked it up,
Asta?
and I was like, I guess maybe, yeah. Asta,
You kind of look
yes,
like him with blue hair.
That's what she said as well. And so those are the comparisons that are mainly made. Deku is not one that I've heard in some time, at least I think, but I do.
It was mostly on your accrue announcement video. That's when you sounded like it the most. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, my voice is really high in that announcement video. I am now realizing. I'm really proud of that one though. That felt like something. That was the first thing that I did coming back into content really because I got signed. That made me realize like how much effort I want to put into things. And it's still, by all accounts, something that I'm like I could totally do so much better on now. But it was a very exciting way to start making stuff again.
How did you get involved with the crew?
So this was from one of the first Nights events I think I did. It might have been, I think it was actually one of the community streams maybe, and I got to cast a crew's Valorant team back when they had picked up Easy 5. It was like one of their first
They were
games.
so good.
They were so
good. A crew was
good.
beating ass left and right, dude.
Shout out Calm, who, by the way, got dropped first out of that team. Unreal. I know! Unreal. But, yeah, that team was so sick. I loved casting them so much, and it clearly showed, because the talent manager, the wonderful, wonderful Sasha Spice, who sadly is not with a crew anymore, she reached out and she said, "Hey, super awesome casting of the team. We all loved your stuff and we really appreciate you giving us so much hype for the event." And I was like, "Hey, thanks so much. If you guys ever have any, spots for casters or content creators going forward, let me know." And within that 24-hour span, Sasha texts me, "Let me chat with the CEO." And then within another 24 hours, she says, "Yeah, we can get you on a call tomorrow and try and get this thing going."
Bro,
So,
what?
Yeah, it was very serendipitous. Within that next month, because I did a lot of like goose stepping around the contract, like not understanding the verbiage and making sure that I was, safely entering my first ever kind of long-term thing. But by that point, about a month later, it was, everything was official. It was really exciting, especially considering that a crew was still kind of getting into esports by that point, because this was before they got their Rocket League team. This was before they dropped their Valorant roster. They were still kind of in that maturing phase where people were like, how much are they going to put into this?
Man, were you casting the game? I know you were. I know you were casting the game with a crew versus Team Axel after the biggest trash talk that we ever put out.
Oh my god.
I put out that tweet. I made that tweet. I was like, yo, let's get these fucking guys. Fuck them. Team Axel all the way, accruing shit. And then we lose. I was like, no! No!
That was the best timing. It was admittedly very short-lived because Axel is such a great team, and ultimately I think they still had a better season than a crew that time around. Or at least a better split. But that was a sick match. That felt really good. That was one of the times where a crew got like a really nice big punch up in RLCS. And I think that was also like a big pivotal point where people started like talking about the team in the North American scene as like a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was good for everyone. Probably better for you. But I think
maybe a little better for us.
I think from that it got most of the scene talking about these two teams that would generally never be talked about. I mean, not never, but much less likely to be brought up. And a little bit of drama, bro. It spices everything up. I love it.
We love like harmless bubble drama.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find, but so nice when it comes up. When like nobody's actually mad about anything and nobody's like trying to expose somebody's like slightly off DMs in the meantime. We're just talking crap on each other's top 15 NA teams, and that's how it's gonna stay.
Yeah, that's how it should be, man. We need some good banter now. So you also do some more extracurriculars for a crew, right? You write for RLE?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what is that?
Yeah, rle.gg. So it's it is a stat
What's good,
keeping
Jamie?
site for all things Rocket League. I love it so much. We've just started to do a big bunch of expansion on it. After it was really cool because they came to us with the idea a long time before they actually started rolling it out, and they showed us a lot of cool templates that they had and like some innovations they wanted to do apart from sites that have tried to like nail it down before. Like we want to make pick'ems a big part of this site, and we want to make them very accessible, and we want to make the discourse on the site a little more accessible. And eventually, about a month ago, they said, now that we've dropped the Rocket League team, and now that we've kind of made our esports presence more similar to content, we want you to come on as a writer for the RLE team. And I said, yeah, as long as Bepic is getting the same deal too. And they were like, yeah, we're going to rope him in. So both of us now getting to write for the website. I have put out 2 articles now. They've both been really fun to write. I know Bepic actually just put out a really cool interview tonight with a guy who spent over $6K in coaching from some of the best coaches and players in the world. Really cool perspective. I recommend going to watch that. It is very, very cool. But we've been pumping out a lot of cool stuff, and we all have a lot of really awesome ideas for this offseason, so we're pumped.
Hey, I'm pumped for you. And you know what? I had to ask this question because now he's actually here. He was making me feel like he wouldn't come. What are your opinions on iAtomic? What are your opinions on him? Do you think he's cool? Do you think he's bad? If you want to say that, that would be like, this is the optimal time to say that.
iAtomic's fine, I guess. They're whatever. No, iAtomic's great. I think I've gotten very lucky with just about every caster I've worked with. And iAtomic, I think I've casted with him 2 or 3 times now, a good couple across the last 2 years. Very kind, very wonderful, very easy to work with. Just like just about everyone else that I've gotten to work with, which funnily enough, again, hasn't been you still. It's so, I can't get over that we've come so close so many times too.
It is,
and we still have not duoed.
So fun. I mean, we gotta make it happen. We gotta make that happen. We gotta run it. So folks, we were slated to work with each other, for a Knights event, and we were pumped. We DM'd each other like, oh, sick! Let's do it, baby! And then I think like, what, maybe 8 hours? 2? Between 8 and 2.
It was, yeah.
The schedule was changed and we were ripped away from each other. Just like, I don't know who it was, the Greek guy who brought his wife from Hades, and then he looked back because he couldn't tell if she was there, and then Hades was like, you stupid idiot!
Orpheus and Eurydice, yeah.
He's like, Orpheus, you dumbass, you shouldn't have looked. And then he stole you away from me. Mm-hmm. That's what happened.
Yeah, I'm Eurydice, and you looked back before we could get on the desk.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough about that. So, one thing that you are known for when it comes to the desk is something I've joked about before. This is Valorant. I think the inflection was off, but it is a joke that is tossed around. And you were talking about how it's just good and clean fun. No one's really getting mean into the nitty gritty and stuff like that, bringing up DMs. So I want to see if you could bring back that energy. I have a list of things. This is a game I like to call What Is This? So in the same voice that you said that
oh god
fantastic quote, I need you to tell me what this is, okay?
All right.
So we're going to start with games, and then we're going to move on to something else.
Christopher Flippo has been holding this bit up by his teeth for like a year now. I don't know how he's been able to keep it alive. And now it's spread. It's getting worse.
I have that clip now saved. It's
getting worse.
It belongs. It's in the archives. It's
Everyone
in the archives.
has it. Let's play the game. Show me
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm great. Okay? I'm having the time of my life.
All right. So first up, Tenrek, what is this?
Oh God. All right. I gotta be super loud. Like you said, this is screens! This is screens!
What is this? It's hard. I'll let me zoom in. It's,
Oh God, this is one of the Rocket League maps. I don't have the names of the maps memorized, other than like Champions Field and Neotoka. I don't remember all of them yet.
Forbidden Temple.
Huh? Oh, Forbidden Temple. This is Forbidden Temple. This is Forbidden Temple.
What is this?
Oh God. This is what? That's not Congo Falls. Oh God. This isn't the big Smash map I romanticize. I romanticize Great Cave Offensive.
No, what's happening? What are these arrows? What would that lead to? Some sort of fiesta, I would imagine, related to Mario.
Los, I'm not.
A party, some would even say.
Is this a Mario Party? What?
Yes.
This is Mario Party? That's Mario Party?
This is Mario Party.
That's Mario Party?
Like you mean it.
What? This is Mario Party.
Yes. What is this?
That's a strawberry. I know that one. That's a strawberry.
What is
That's
this?
Wendy's 4-for-4 combo.
What is this?
I don't know. I don't know why I need to explain that one to you. This is Puppy Bowl 18.
What is this?
This is Goya garbanzo beans.
What is this?
I don't know about that. This is Machu Picchu. Oh, I'm actually I like this a lot.
What is this?
That's Guy Fieri. I know him. This is Guy Fieri. The Diners, Drive-Ins, Dives promotional poster with Guy Fieri on it.
Amazing. And finally, what is this?
This is Late Night with Low.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
I aced the back half of that.
Yeah, you absolutely killed it. Save for
That's a Mario Party map?
yeah, it's a Mario Party map.
From which game?
Mario Party 8.
What? How have I not seen that ever?
I don't know.
That's so.
I
Wow,
don't know.
Okay, I gotta go back. And play that one. That's so weird.
We gotta take it back. Amazing. Well, I think you did a phenomenal job. I was gonna say fantastic, but phenomenal came out. You did phenomenal, Tenrek. Okay.
Phenomenal.
And sadly, this is all we have here on Late Night with Los. I got one final question. Where can the folks at home find you?
You can find me most prominently and most consistently on Twitter at TenrekGG, Twitch one of these days, and then YouTube where I post once every couple months. It's just Tenrek with a K, and without the GG. Without the GG.
Okay. Wow, you managed to get that one, but the Twitter just won't let you have it, huh?
Yeah, Twitter and Twitch just they won't let me have it. And actually, there's like this Swedish music collective that's also calling themselves Tenrek. So I have competition creeping up on me now anyway.
Oh no, I did see that. There were
that's the second
people with the same name.
Comes up.
Oh god.
They're creeping.
It was actually above you, but it had less subscribers. I didn't get it.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought it was just the animal above me, and then I was like down a few notches. Oh man, I gotta get my grind on now.
Yeah, it's time to get it together. Anyways, we'll be getting it together with all the folks here in the Late Night with Low studio, hopefully supporting you. Please follow Tenrek at twitter.com/TenrekGG, and make sure if you're not in the Losers Lounge Discord, you jump on in. All the updates for Late Night with Los, all the updates of what we got going down in the Losers Lounge. Keep it coming here with the greatest group on earth. Losers, I thank you so much. Tenrek, I thank you so much. You were included in that previous one because you're a Loser as well, based off the Discord role and our friendship that has been forged in fire, as well as Mario Party. Thank you so much for enjoying the show, folks. We'll see you next Thursday, same place, same time, but until then, thank you for coming, and good night.